Hey, Jeff here, and I am back. So when I made my last music video, it was Friday evening. I had Friday off. My wife and I went to, as the story I mentioned, we went to a place, picked up a couple records. So Saturday we went back out. We had to go out around town. We went back to that part of town that I mentioned in the video on Friday, the yard sale. It's kind of like an antique store. Hadn't been there in about a year. We didn't make it on Friday because we did stop at the other place. So we went out there and decided we were in the area that we would go there and check it out. They had changed a bit since the last time I was there. The records weren't crammed in the corner where you had to like sit on your knees or on a little bench and crouch around and twist your back to try to look at them all. They actually had them up in a room on tables and in bins. They did have some on the floor though, but not a big deal. It was a lot better. They weren't priced, and I don't recall, and I didn't even ask what they were. There wasn't anything I found that was, amazing. There were some neat things in there that were older that I thought this would be neat, but I had a feeling I was going to go up there and they were going to say they were like $5 a pop, and I'm not going to pay $5. If they were thrift store, dollar or two. But again, I didn't ask because there was nothing that really jumped out. I mean, they had they had an Eddie Money album that would have been cool. The thing that did make me wonder, they had some that did have orange price stickers on it, which is what they did last time. And I think, I bought one last time, $5.99, $8.99. But like they had outrageous prices on the two or three that I saw that would have been possibly interesting. They had two Alice Cooper albums, and Killers, I think, was one of them. And they had like $18.99 on it, and I'm like, this is a any day, every day, $10, $12 album used most any other store. I looked at it and pulled the vinyl out, and it was beat all the heck. I wouldn't even bought it. I would be questionable to buy it at $2. I'd have to really look at it and say, would this clean up? It was pretty rough. It was scratched and scuffed. And then the other Alice Cooper one they have for like $28. And I'm like, are you kidding me? These are reissued. You can get them for $20 brand new, 180 gram. And the covers were all, wear and stuff. And that one was all beat up inside. It wasn't even like it was in very good condition to where you'd want to even pay money for it. So I don't know who's grading / pricing their records, but they're not going to sell those records if that is the real price. And I'm assuming it is because most everything had no prices, and then a handful of things had these same orange sticker prices, which they put right on the cover. Another no-no. You're messing up the cover. I'm not going to pay $18 for an already banged up cover with a horribly banged up album that you've also stuck a sticker on. It's just a triple boom. So I came out of there with nothing, but then on the way home we did stop at a thrift store. So what I do in thrift stores, as maybe some of you all do, is I'm willing to take a chance. I look for albums that aren't the typical, Percy Faith and classical and operas and all of that stuff. I look for something a little more modern, which tends to be looking at the cover itself. And then I look for quality of the actual vinyl. I'll pull it out, and I kind of feel like if it's in really good condition and it's questionable as to whether maybe I'll want to like it, and I can pay it, $1 or $2, and it's in great condition, then I'm going to rescue it and check it out. So that's really what I came home with, is a couple things from that. Now this first one, Letterman Greatest Hits. It was in really good condition. The record, the cover. I mean, there's not even any ring wear. This is 1974. I believe it's a reissue of a 73 issue that they reissued in 74. They actually had two copies of this. The other one was still in the shrink wrap, and the record itself was in probably about as good a shape. But the shrink wrap was really dirty. It made it look a lot worse. And I thought, well, I already have this one in my hand, and it was in great shape. So I grabbed this. Turns out the songs that I thought I knew by them don't seem to be on here, or at least I don't know. The first couple songs on here is like a medley they do live, and those songs I know, but they're not on here in their fullness. But I've only given it about a half a spin through, and then I got pulled away, so I'm going to listen some more to check it out. Every once in a while you want to get a little mellow mood, you pull that out. This one I just bought strictly on name alone, the Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line. Now, I'm a Doobie Brothers fan to a degree. Saw them in concert a couple years ago. I tend to lean more towards the classic Doobie Brothers with the first singer, first few albums, rather than the Michael McDonald years. I thought this was an older album. Didn't really look at it. Doobie Brothers. It was in great condition. The vinyl was in great condition. I bought it. I brought it home, threw it on. It's a Michael McDonald. I've never owned a Michael McDonald years Doobie Brothers. I wasn't sure. I didn't even like it. I didn't even look at it to see. I just thought it's a great condition, and I'm gonna get it. Wasn't sure if I even knew any songs on here. I glanced at it, but I do. But anyway, yeah. So there, I did recognize a track or two, and overall, it was a great album. Now, like I say, I've never really owned. I own like one of their older albums on CD. I know all the greatest hits. I have one of their newer albums. I think it was probably the last one they released where the old singer had come back, and that album is probably pushing 10 years old. I really love that. That's a modern release. But I've never had really any of their other stuff, and especially not on vinyl. I listened to this entire thing and love it. It's laid back, and at times it really becomes jazzy, and I didn't even know they had that in there. It just was. I was going, wow, this is nothing like you hear the greatest hits. They really were getting down. And so, yeah, this was a great purchase for a great quality condition and everything for a very good price. So I was glad I grabbed that. Now, this one strictly caught my eye from the cover. Had no idea who it was. Obviously, it looked like it was not one of the typical thrift store type finds, so it made me look a little further. Joe Sample, the Hunter. Thought it was a cool bird there. So I grabbed it and flipped it over. It's on MCA, so that didn't help any. The guy on the back looks like he's carrying, a strange instrument there. So again, I had no idea who or what it was. I did see it was 1985, so I'm like, okay, singing a good part of the year. So then what I do when I start looking at blind buys like this is I start looking at who's on the album, because I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who Joe Sample is. Never heard his name. And then I'm scrolling down looking at who, because every song tells you who plays on it. Started scrolling down, and the guitar player on the last song is Phil Upchurch. Now, as of a couple years ago, I had no idea who Phil Upchurch was, but another thrift store blind buy, maybe 2 years ago or so, is I picked up 2 Phil Upchurch albums. Again, these were blind buys, and what I looked at was they were in great condition. The vinyl was in great condition. They're from the 70s. The covers were in great condition. The guy looks like a total amazing. I knew it had to be something jazzy because there's no vocalist listed on here. Double album, and they got these for like $1. The guy's playing guitar. I'm thinking Hendrix or jazzy or whatever. Anyway, got these 2. Love them. Just guitar oriented jazz. So when I saw Phil Upchurch listed here, I thought, okay, it's going to be a jazzy thing, so I'm going to probably buy that. I also noticed that Steve Gadd plays drums on one song. Steve Gadd's an awesome, drummer, plays all kinds of styles, a lot of jazz, and I thought that was enough. Most of the other guys I didn't really recognize, but you've got Phil Upchurch and Steve Gadd. I made the buy. Brought this home, threw it on first. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love this type of modern jazz, and the first song just had me hooked. It had all kinds of cool flares and musical styles that were pulling in. It wasn't just great modern type jazz. And so yes, another amazing blind buy that I just glad that I grabbed. So that was it for that. Now I did actually, I believe it was actually Saturday, so it would have been even around the same time. Had 2 things pop up on Amazon. One was the Hammerfall's latest album, Dominion. It popped up as the price dropping to $15, which as of today it's up to 21 or 22 again. So good thing, so Saturday I grabbed it for 15. It got delivered just a few minutes ago, so it came here basically overnight, 2 days. And it's black vinyl. It is a gatefold. Now I have pretty much everything in the Hammerfall catalog on CD, but literally this is my first vinyl by them. I have a long way to go to catch up. They've been reissuing some of their earlier stuff, and they're on my wish list, but like this, I'm waiting for them to drop. I couldn't pass up $15, so I grabbed it. And then another one popped up, and this is another one of those Amazon warehouse deals. This popped up for $10. So peace sells, but who's buying? it is one of the Megadeth ones I needed. It is, I could tell it was one of the modern reissues. It's supposed to be on purple vinyl. It was listed as being in good condition. Normally I wouldn't give the time of day for good. Good tends to be banged up. It said large cosmetic damage to case, the cover. So, got it, opened it up today. Still in shrink wrap. Now, I think sometimes Amazon just re-shrink wrapped it, but if they do, they don't usually put a, sticker on there, explicit language. The shrink wrap looks original. On the back, you could tell there was a sticker here. Now, I was trying to determine what edition did they send me. I haven't opened it yet. I looked on Discogs at the catalog number. Every issue of this album from 1986 through 2019 has the same catalog number. So I looked at the barcode. Every issue, it seems, from 1986 to 2019 has the exact same barcode, which doesn't seem right or legal. But I did see that some of them had a sticker over the barcode with a limited edition and another number sticker. So that sticker is missing. Doesn't even look like it would have fit over there because it looks like it's kind of off centered. That sticker appears to be the only thing that's missing, which I cannot see how they would call this moderate damage. It's brand new. But anyway, let's open it. It's supposed to be the 2019 purple edition. Yeah, I probably would have liked to have, the original. I don't know if this is one of the remastered ones or not, but let's see. So, what do we got here? Booklet and everything there. Looky there, it's black. Okay. Which made me wonder, how did Amazon know it's purple? There's nothing on here that tells you it's purple. The numbers match every edition that are out there. So honestly, there's nothing on here that's dated beyond 1986. Honestly, I don't know. It does feel, it's definitely 180 gram. I'm gonna have to figure out what edition I have. If it was purple, I could identify it because it's supposedly a modern colored edition. But being it's black, it could be anything. This was reissued, I think, in 2008, and it was the original mix. It wasn't the remix, supposedly, on 180 gram vinyl. But, is that what I've got? That'd be nice. I have to determine that now because I don't see any numbers on here to differentiate any of the editions from the other editions. So, this is going to be fun. I'll listen to it and compare it to the CD versions I've got to see if it's the remix or if it's the original that's just been remastered, because this has been reissued like 100 times, all kinds of different editions. And 25th edition, anniversary edition had remixes and remastered old editions and stuff, so who knows what this is, but I'm glad to have it either way. That is it for now. That is it. No, one other thing. No big deal, but I did pick up the Ace Frehley CD. Now, I've pre-ordered a special edition color double vinyl set of this, but the vinyl is on back order. Everything's being held up. So, one of my kids, two of my daughters were going to Target. I knew that they had an exclusive Target version there. Shot him some money, said, here, go buy this for me for $10. I haven't even opened it. It's got a poster in it. It is the limited edition variant cover, which when I did some research, the only difference is sort of like the version that I've got for the FYE vinyl. The outer edge is black, not blue, and the letters in the edge are blue and not white tannish like they are in the original. So the other editions are dark blue with brighter color letters, and this is black with blue. So it's a little different, and I figured it would be, worth having, because it kind of goes along with the FYE edition of Origins 1 that I've got, and it's almost identical. FYE and Target must, now that FYE is going, most of them are out of business. It's got a black with blue, whereas the original that most people have, it's got a light color border, like light blue or something with the different color. So that's it. Just a last minute Ace Frehley buy, waiting for the vinyl to come in any day. Hopefully they haven't even shipped them, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be back. Rock on.